Hello, welcome to Yoga Rach. Rach, thank you so much for joining me. We're halfway through, or now really officially over halfway through our Gemini sequences. Next week will be our last video, but it's full moon this weekend and it's in Sagittarius. Sagittarius are the opposites for Gemini. Gemini have the air and those thoughts. Sagittarius will say, let's do it. They're bringing that fire. They're all about fun. They love ideas, but they don't care if they're wrong or if they're right. And it's how we can draw out the best of Gemini by finding what those opposites are. So I've got my Gemini leggings on, we've got the duality of our colours. We're going to have a little bit of a play, but don't worry whether you get things right or wrong in this practice. It's whatever's best for you on your mat right now. So Sagittarius, that full moon in Sagittarius is inviting you to bring out that fun side. It's allowing yourself to say, actually, yes, let's do it. So we can be a little bit spontaneous or enjoy ourselves. And whilst this is going out, it's really awesome that I've got a lovely bunch of people joining me in Glastonbury for this year's yoga retreat, and I will be announcing dates for next year's very soon. So if you missed out on this year, don't worry, next year's dates will be announced soon. But before we get carried away with the fun side of, oh, let's plan for our yoga retreat next year, let's come into our practice now. So just finding your way into downward dog. So we're going to go straight into it. We've got that energy of the full moon. We're going straight into finding that flow. So finding your downward dog, inviting some movement in. So you might be lifting the heels and lowering the heels. You might turn the heels to the right, stretching out the left side of the body, lifting back up to center, dropping them to the left, stretching out the right side of the body. Remember, we're all about that air. We want to open up the sideways, the obliques, the back of the body, the front of the body when we go through, especially working with air signs. We can really focus on utilising our breath. So we're going to go through the sequence a couple of times and just have fun, be a little bit silly with it. Find your best version of all the poses we're going through. So on your next inhale, right leg lifts, stand-up splits. Bend the knee, start to push that right foot over to the left. So you're starting to look under the right arm. And you're going to push that right foot all the way over so the right ball of the foot lands. You're going to twist the body to the right, let your right arm lift, going into wild thing or flip the dog. Really focus on lifting your hips up rather than dropping down to put more pressure on into the wrist. Lifting that right arm up and over towards the hips. You put down in front of you to place the hand down. Lift your right foot, bring the knee into the belly and place your right foot in between your hands. So we're going for a lunge, but we're keeping the hands down onto the mat, at least for the first round. You can place your left knee down if you need that bit of extra support. Listen to your body. But keep drawing the hips forward so you're not pulling the tailbone back towards the heel. If your left knee's on the mat, lift it up, start to shift the weight into the right leg. As we lift the left leg up, both hands are on the mat, your version of your standing split. So the left leg can be quite close to the mat. You can really bend into the right knee. We can start to lift that left leg up and folding forward. Focus on the breath. And in a moment, we're going to add in some little bit of silliness so we can be a little bit playful in our Saggy full moon. So place your left foot down onto the mat towards the back of the mat. Push into your hands and step your right foot towards the middle of the mat, keeping your heel lifted. Lift your left leg up and you're going to hop and bring your left foot down and your right foot's lifted. So you're going to hop and change the foot that's landed on the mat. Hop and change sides. Don't worry if you're not lifting up very high. Don't focus on trying to find a wall. We're not trying to have it go and lifting into a handstand, but just having a play with our hops. Hop. If you're pushing, try to land nice and lightly. The last one. And step back into your downward dog. Release your head. Focus on the breath. So remember, last week we had to go with different breathing techniques in our downward dog. So you might be exhaling out of the mouth. Maybe also sticking out the tongue, going into your lion's breath. Or giving the lips a little bit of a flutter. Just gently releasing and changing sides. Inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, bend the knee, start to push the left foot over to the right. Look under the left arm. Push the left foot behind you. Start to turn the torso to the left and lift into your wild thing or flip the dog. So lifting the left arm up and then reach it over your head. Focus on lifting the hips, that will take the pressure out of that right wrist. Bring the left hand to your left hip, then cross it down in front of you to step your left foot in between your hands. Stay low in your lunge. You can place that right knee down onto the mat or lift it up, focusing on your breath. If the right knee is low, lift it up. Shift the weight forward, nice and slowly into your left foot. Bring both hands down onto the mat in front of you and start to lift your right leg into your standing split pose. Either staying here or folding a little bit deeper, lifting up. If your hamstrings are tight, really bend the knee in your left leg. Slowly step that right foot down towards the back of your mat. Place the hands onto the mat, step your left foot towards the middle of the mat and keep the heel lifted. Lift your right leg up and hop, change legs. 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 Hop. Last one. And step back into your downward dog. Oh, focusing on the breath. You might have a little flutter of the lips. And just breathe. Listen to your body. You want to create some heat into the body, so you might already be feeling warm. Awesome. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knees. Let's push it over to the left. Then let the left foot land. Turn the torso to the right. You lift the right arm up. Push the hips high and let your head reach up and let your hands reach up and over your head. So let the right arm relax. When you're ready to bring the right arm down, reach it up and then to the hip, sweep it in front of you. Lift your right foot up and step the right foot in between the hands, moving into your lunge. Either keep the left knee down or keep it lifted. You can stay low or lift up with the hands. If you need to bring the knee back down, please honour that in your practice. Focusing on the breath. If the left knee is on the mat, bring it down. Bring the hands down. Shift the weight into your right leg. Lift the left foot up. Standing splits. Left leg does not have to be high. Does not have to be perfect. Maybe we're holding on to the right leg. Focusing on the breath. When you're ready, place the right hand down onto the mat if you're holding on to the right leg. Place your left foot near the back of the mat. Push the hands into the mat. Step your right foot to the middle of the mat. Lift the left leg up and hop, change legs. 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 Last one. And into downward facing dog. Releasing the breath. And we step the left foot to, and the right foot closer as we inhale. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Push the left foot over towards the right. Look under the left arm. Keep pushing as we land. And twist the torso to the left. Let the left arm lift. Push the hips nice and high. Focusing on the breath. Lift the left arm up, then to your hip, bring the hand in front of you to the mat and step your left foot down. Right knee can lower. And we're going to raise the arms forward and up. From there we might lift the right knee up into our high lunge. Focusing on the breath. Slowly bring the hands down. And if the right knee was on the mat, lift it up as we slowly shift the weight into the left leg. Let the right leg lift. Find your standing split pose. Right leg does not have to be high. Left knee can be bent. Maybe we're folding in and holding on to the back of your left leg. If that feels comfortable, you do so. Focusing on the breath. When you're ready, step the right foot towards the back of the mat, place the hands down. Step the left foot to the middle of the mat, heel is lifted. Right leg lifts, lift, hop and switch. Switch. Hop, 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 hop. Last one. And downward dog. If you need to, just have a little pedal out of the legs. Or you might find your way down straight into Anahata. Keeping the tailbone lifted, or into child's pose. Focusing on the breath, allowing the mind to settle. So this one's quite a short practice because it's more ideal to do this if you just want to have a little play on your mat, or you want to add on to one of your practices. So you might add on one of these practices now, depending on how you're feeling in your body. But sometimes we just need something short, sharp, sweet, a little bit silly to have a little go on our mats. So you might still be in child's pose or puppy pose, which is fantastic. Listen to your body. Maybe you're getting ready to click here or here to continue your practice. And I shall see you next week for our last yoga practice for Gemini. Thank you for joining me, and namaste.